Alright, y'all, so we need to have a conversation, and I apologize that my lips are off. I already know that they are because my camera decides to be retarded and it doesn't know. Oh, excuse me, we're not allowed to use that word anymore. They are slow, and, um, uh, anyway, sorry, moving on. And I have ADD, just FYI, so that if you didn't know that, now you do. Okay, so the other night I'm driving home, right, on 4th of July. And, actually it wasn't, it was the 5th at that point, because I drove home. It was like 2 in the morning, right? 4th of July, my friend got lost leaving my house, so I had to go, like, find him and then direct him back to, like, Woodinville area. And I'm not going to tell y'all where I live, because I know that Facebook has its ways of getting creepers on there, and I'm not friends with them, but they have their ways of looking at these videos, and so I am not gonna have a freak show up at my house. Just let's make that clear. Okay? So the other night when I drove my friend out to Woodinville, I'm driving back home, and I'm like cruising. It's like there was fog, like lots of fog, so I turned on my low beams. And when it's really foggy like that, to that point, you have to go slower, but I still could, there's nothing on the road, so I still could go faster. I'm going about 40 at this point. The road is 45 miles an hour, but I was going 40 because the fog in me I don't like fog. So I'm driving, and I see this white thing, and I'm like starting to slow down even more. I'm like, oh, it's like a bunny or something. It'll hop across the road and it'll get out of the way. Okay? It's 2:30 in the freaking morning. It was a goat. Like, who in the world? No, let's let our goat go out and play. Nah, dude, like, why was there a goat? That's number one. It was on the loose. There was no barns around, no people around. I'm like, I must be tripping on something. Like, I don't even do drugs. And I was like, Lord, did something happen to me? Because last thing I checked, I don't do drugs, but I could be wrong. Like, someone could have slipped something in my drink earlier and I didn't know. Because I thought I was hallucinating. I was like, there's no way that there's a goat just on the loose. Like, there's no way. So I turn around and I'm like, I have got to be tripping on something. So I turn around to see if that's what I almost hit. Like, I literally almost killed this thing. That was the closest thing, like a closest big animal like that I've almost come to killing. Like, it was with inches away from my car. So I turn around to go back and I'm like, don't see anything. So I was like, wow, I really must be out of my damn mind right now. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. So I turn around to like go back home, back in my direction, and I see this family and it's like a party. There's a party going on at 2:30 in the morning. Not that parties don't happen at 2:30, but they're all just kicking it. Like, and so it came to my attention that this family and all their posse, right? They almost just witnessed me kill their animal. Like, just, they got an awesome view and an awesome shot of what I just almost killed. Like, and I slowed down to, like, this was extremely awkward, and I slowed down to, like, ask them. I'm like, so, was that y'all's animal that I almost just ran over? And they were like, yes. And then I was like, was that a goat? And they were like, yeah, yeah. Then they got friendly all of a sudden. They're like, yeah. I was like, did you guys know it was on the loose? They're like, yeah, it's cool. I'm like, that's not cool. Why do you have your goat just rolling around at 2:30 in the morning? Like, come on, people, get it together. But that makes sense for where I live. Like, I don't ever associate myself with my town. Like, I always say that I live in Seattle or Woodinville or Redmond, Bellevue. Any other place is better than where I live because I don't like to associate myself with my town. I'm sorry for all you guys that know where I live and live there. I apologize to you, but I just hate living in this town. Like, there's nothing. I never go downtown. That's number one. Because I get stared at. I know I'm 6 foot and African, but it's like, I feel like someone's gonna pull out a noose and, like, noose me. Like, I really, honestly, have felt that way at some point when I've been downtown. I have been called the N-word, which is not cool on any level. Like, that makes me angry. And so it's not a good place to be. And the goat thing, case in point of why I don't like living or associating myself with these people. It was just the most awkward and uncomfortable situation ever. So, you know, whatever. It's cool. I don't even know. But, oh, and the moral of that story is I just went and took my dog for a walk, right? Goat's back out on the loose again, except this time they have it on a dog leash. Like, who puts their goat on a dog leash? I'm sorry. This thing was, like, connected to a pole. I'm like, awesome. That's the thing I almost murdered the other day, and you guys have it back out for the world to see. Just like, hi car, bam! Like, this thing's gonna die. I swear the next time I go by there, they're gonna be having a memorial service or something for this animal. This thing should not be out. Okay, guys. Later.